Take the Wrestling Podcast here coming to you November 22nd, 2020. I'm your host, Ernest Eda Christian, coming to you here in somewhat sunny South Florida. Always not sunny, it's nighttime here, late night, sunny midnight, with Mike Rainier and Joe Lopez. Fellas, what's up?
How is it Survivor Series weekend and we're not even doing a Survivor Series recap? That's stupid.
I agree. Unfortunately, tonight I was able to watch the pay-per-view. I had family in town. To be honest with you, we did this show last week. Weren't we not really crazy about the card anyway? I think the only takeaway really of the show.
You weren't crazy about the card. I thought it actually.
I wasn't crazy about the card either.
The only thing I will say that's
two shits about it.
I will say the only thing that's interesting about the show, I think tonight, as I've seen through some of the highlights now, is obviously Undertaker's farewell. You guys cry tonight? You guys get your tears out?
Then you live under a rock. Because it probably had the best tag match WWE's had in the last, 2 years on it. Had a pretty damn good fucking champion versus champion match. What do I know?
Really? Well, I can't wait to see it. So what we'll do tonight, we're going to do something a little special tonight. First off, thank you, Taker. He's called it quits after 30 years in the WWE. Made it official.
I don't know. I don't think anyone actually ever retires from pro wrestling, so.
Terry Funk called. He wants his retirement back.
Yeah, exactly. It's like I buy anyone retiring from pro wrestling about as much as I buy something that I really don't buy. So I'm pretty sure that this is also already the Undertaker's 30th last call. So.
But it kind of feels like this is it. I mean, when you combine the last ride, you combine everything.
It felt like that was it when he lost at WrestleMania the second time.
To Roman?
He lost to Roman.
Yeah. And he left his boots in the ring and stuff. This is literally, it's like a share reunion, farewell tour. It's like the fourth time.
No, I'm with you, but I feel like everything he could have done to make up for that, because obviously you watch Last Ride, you see that there's a lot of things there that he did not, he was disappointed in the way that match, ended, especially for Roman, that he wanted to make up for that, and which he did. I mean, his ending with AJ Styles, you can't get better than that, man.
Did he, though? Because let's see, his last two matches were a cinematic piece that they filmed over 14 hours, and the match after Roman was that shit match at Crown Jewel where him and Kane took on DX, that Triple H tore his bicep and
that was shitty, too. That's not interesting, dude. That was a bad match.
Did he really make up for it, or did he just do enough because of the cinematic piece that wouldn't have been a cinematic piece if there wasn't a fucking pandemic going on?
I thought his run, he had that bad match against Goldberg last year in, I believe it was not Crown Jewel, but it was the Saudi Arabia, right? And then he made it for the month after at the Extreme Rules, with a tag match with him and Roman against Shane and Drew. And then I thought he made up for it. They looked good in that match, and I don't know. I guess AJ Styles cleanup was good enough, honestly. I mean, what else? I mean, what else could he do at this point now to impress us? I mean, we're pretty much, he's done everything, done the gamut. 30 years. It's I don't know. I just feel like this is it now. I feel like I don't see him, anything he does now at this point is risking embarrassment, to be honest with you. Why would you do that?
I'm sorry. Anything that he did after losing to Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 30 was risking embarrassment. The reality of the situation is he should have retired when he lost the streak.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm not saying that the last 6 years he should have done that. I agree with what you're saying, but we're here. I just don't see the value of him continuing on now.
Where was the value in him continuing on for the last 6 years? What has he brought to the table except for a WrestleMania match, 3 shitty Saudi Arabia matches, a mediocre Extreme Rules tag match that he did half of the work in? I mean, if based off of what you're saying is 6 years ago when he lost the streak, he should have walked away. And honestly, he should have walked away in Orlando when he had the entire fans in that stadium eating out of the palm of his hand because he left his coat and his hat and his gloves in the middle of the ring.
Correct.
Because me and Joe were there, and the first thing I said whenever I saw him sitting in the ring was I said, oh shit, what's going to happen? And he started taking his shit off, and I told Joe, I'm like, holy shit, we just saw the end of The Undertaker.
Yeah. And I mean, all I'm saying is I'm fine with this being the end now, obviously, because it's kind of long overdue. All I'm saying is pro wrestling seems to be one of those things, just kind of like, I don't know, there's a lot of things. Like, I don't take it seriously when musicians say they're retiring either, because, it's one of those things, like, you don't really retire from being an artist, you know what I mean? And, like, I guess wrestling, sure, you do retire from physical sports because obviously at a certain point your body can't do it anymore unless you're apparently Tom fucking Brady. But otherwise, most people do have an expiration date when it comes to being an athlete. So it's understandable that we've reached this point. However, I don't know, like this isn't 10 years ago, like Mike and I have been watching 2003 WWE shows. I've been watching 2003 wrestling in general, but that's just WWF at this point.
Was he Big Evil that time? Big Evil?
He was, but he's not at all what my point was right now.
Okay. Sorry.
That's okay. In 2003, we just got done watching, and it'll be on our second episode that'll drop next week at some point. There's that Hulk Hogan Rock match. And Hulk Hogan comes out, and we did the math, and at this point, in 2003 on that show, No Way Out 2003, if you go back and look at that, Hulk Hogan is 49 years old on that show. He looks like he's 65, and it's just the God's honest truth. And whereas today, Chris Jericho is 50 years old, and he looks like he's maybe about 50 years old, maybe even like 45 years old or something. But the point is, like, he doesn't look like he's ancient at an age where a lot of people would consider people to be ancient in sports. So, I mean, I just think that we're in a different time, in a different place. I think Undertaker's going to be one of those guys like Austin who's still, you play his theme song, you have him come out, roll his eyes, raise his arms, turn the lights on, give the crowd a little pop. That's going to be a thing that's going to happen for the next, 20 years if we're lucky. So maybe he never wrestles another match again, and I'm okay with that. But let's not pretend this is the end of The Undertaker.
That being said, let's put a percentage chance we see Undertaker back in the ring again.
I'm going to say at least 40.
Whoa, that's high. Mikey.
Mike, tell me I'm wrong.
You thought his percentage was high. You don't want to know my number.
70?
I was saying probably like 50 to 55%. I mean, the reality of the situation is he's already made it abundantly clear on the last ride that if Vince calls, he'll listen. Yes, it has to make sense, but he'll listen. The thing is when you get to the point where you'll listen, that means that Vince will come to you with an idea, probably to put over somebody, probably to put over an act, not even the individual. And if it's something that Undertaker believes in, Undertaker will take that chance of getting himself in shape, because it's not going to be something that he's going to find out 20 minutes before he goes out there to put somebody over. Obviously, they're going to give him time to get ready. Obviously, it's one of those things where he may get a phone call and says, hey, we want you to lose to The Fiend at WrestleMania. It's November. Him and Vince may have a conversation next week. He may understand that he's putting The Fiend over at WrestleMania, and now he has 4.5 months to get ready. And if there's no fans, it's something you can do over an allotment of time. You don't have to do it bing, 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 bing right in front of the fans.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where it's like I would if there were fans in the stands and you told me that next year's WrestleMania, whether it be Tampa, whether it be LA, I don't really know. I don't really care the location. If you would tell me that there's 100% chance that fans are going to be in the stands, I would flat out tell you that there's a 0% chance that you see Undertaker wrestle next year at WrestleMania. But because you can do something crazy and you can do it over allotment of time, anything's on the table.
So, it's funny. I would go the opposite way around. I think because there probably will be no fans at WrestleMania next year, I think next year is the year where it's easy for Vince and it's easy for everyone to be like, you know what? We don't need the Undertaker on this one. You can sit this one out. Huh?
I didn't say they needed him.
Oh, no, but I'm saying, like, in their mind, the only reason why they would call him is because they feel they need him. So I'm just saying that I feel like in another year where we're probably not going to be in the live audience, where we're not going to have a live crowd like that, there's just going to be like the Thunderdome again or whatever. I could see this being a year where nobody's like, you know what, like, yeah, let's call the Undertaker. We need the extra attraction or whatever, because there's not really any extra reason. Like, you're not trying to sell tickets or anything like that, you know.
Right.
And I mean, they don't give out really the number of viewers that they get on the network, so it's not even like you're trying to get an impressive buy rate or something. So I could actually see next year being a year where we definitely don't get the Undertaker. I don't think that means that we don't get him though the following year when you have live crowds again. So
Right.
actually, if that's a thing, and like, you know, God willing, I don't know why I said that. I don't go to church, but like, you know, like universe willing that, like, I don't have a lot of confidence that we'll be in the audience at WrestleMania come April 2021. I think maybe that there'll be live crowds for WrestleMania come April 2022. And if I'm correct about that, if that's a thing, you have to think that WWE is going to be like, all right, we had to have no crowd for 2 years now. This year, let's go for the biggest crowd we possibly can. Let's go for that legit, like, 100,000 people. Let's, like, you know, I mean, again, I don't know that we're going to actually live in a world where that's actually okay. Like, we might still be in a place where it's like, okay, live crowd, but like only 25% capacity or something. But whatever the case is, I think the next time you're in front of a live crowd and the next time it's a WrestleMania and you want to be getting as many people as possible, you're probably calling the Undertaker, and he's probably showing up.
I'll tell you this much. I'll leave the key under the mat. There'll be a 10% chance we see him in the ring again. 10%. Something low. Because Mike made a good point about the loyalty factor in Vince. If Vince asked him to do a show in Saudi Arabia or maybe another cinematic match would make sense to put somebody over, I can see that happening, maybe. But I just feel like right now that this really is the first, like, real, like, retirement. I can see him do a one-off down the road, but
like, we all felt that way about Ric Flair, and then he went in TNA, and that was the end of that.
Well, Ric Flair's another animal.
We all thought Shawn Michaels would be the one guy, and like he was for about like 10 years, and then Saudi Arabia needed him. So
Dumb paychecks, dog. Dumb paychecks, dog. Come on now.
Right. You know, and
pay me, nigga.
I don't blame anyone for taking a payday, especially like if all you have to do is, you know, go out for 10 minutes, kind of hopefully look okay in tights, and, you know, do a couple of spots that you've established for the last 30 years as being the things that make the audience excited. I have no problem with anyone doing that. I'm just saying, let's call a spade, and then don't act like you're actually retiring when we all kind of know that you're probably not.
That being said, thank you, Taker. Thank you, 30 years. Now,
the real question is what year do they put him in the Hall of Fame?
I feel like they're afraid to pull that trigger because they kind of know that, like that almost feels more like, okay, now it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. So if there's no audience, which obviously it's looking that way based off the way the world is progressing next year, is that a 2022 Hall of Fame class?
Yeah. I think if they want to, I can see them really prolonging this thing, like putting it off a year. If they need
Honestly,
to.
I think 2022 makes sense, especially if you can get WrestleMania back in LA, because you could put the big event at the new Chargers and Rams Stadium, but then you can put the Hall of Fame at Staples Center. And I'm gonna tell you right now, you're probably gonna sell that thing out for an Undertaker Hall of Fame class.
Easily.
I mean,
we did have that podcast a couple months ago about who would be right to induct him. You know, folks, this is podcast to look back at and listen to it.
I mean, did this year's Hall of Fame actually even like happen? Like the whole
no, that's why
I think even go in.
No, that's why I think next year's class is going to be this year's class.
Yeah,
if
there's even one next year, I can see them.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think, and especially if there's no fans, but they still give like the families the right to come talk about them and give them the presentation and the show on the special on the network and stuff like that. Like if they do that, like for this year's class next year, like I'm okay with that being the class of 2021.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, there's going to be a class and it's going to be Taker, and I mean, honestly, I don't know who they're going to put with Taker. It's probably a little bit far out to try to figure out.
Wait, who gets inducted with him, or who inducts
who goes
him?
in with him? No, who goes in with him?
Oh.
I mean, obviously he's going to be he's a big enough actor, he doesn't need anyone else to go in with him. But they always like to stack it with at least one other premium act.
Oh, I know. One Man Gang, Akeem.
Oh my God.
We'll see him in a second, by the way.
It could be a tag team. It could be a stable. But, I mean, honestly, you want to do something really crazy and revolutionary, do a year where it's just him.
Yeah, the problem with that is
you could actually do that.
They can't sell enough tickets to fill that with Taker going out there for 20 minutes and giving a speech.
You could actually sell that, though, like a show with the Undertaker. I can see that happening because he's that big and important.
Right, and that's the thing, like all the specials that they've had on recently have kind of proven that, like, you can also, parade out about 20 different guys and have them each tell stories about The Undertaker for, like, 20 minutes each, and you get a full show right there,
See, I would have loved for Vince to hold off and go, like, a lot of, like, that crew that he ran with, go with, like, Yoko,
Bone Crush, Bones Bone Crew, BSK.
Yeah, go with the, like, 3 or 4 of them. Go Yoko, go
Savio Vega.
No.
He's part of that crew, though.
I know, but you're not putting him in the Hall of Fame. Just
okay.
I'm saying like Godfather, Yoko, Taker, guys like that. You put 3 of them in together. You could put a women's induction in there. Maybe somebody like I don't know.
Michelle McCool.
Stacy Keibler.
Sensational Sherry. No, I'm joking. She's already in, isn't she?
I was saying, stop saying dumb shit. She's already in.
I know. I was just saying. People in that era. I don't know. Anyway.
Cool.
Who?
I mean, yes, that's the one that makes sense, Joe. His wife, dumbass.
Oh, that's right.
Anyway. It was like former 27-time Diva champion or some shit.
Mikey, you're awfully sassy today.
I'm sorry. You have a fucking pay-per-view that we're not reviewing.
And we just spent the last 15 minutes talking about The Undertaker. I almost feel like this was your topic secretly.
Well, he deserves it. If there's anybody that deserves a 4th topic on a show, it's him. So.
Yeah,
anyway,
let's get on to the real topics.
If you want to shed the watch along, we can do that.
The real person that retired, and that's Jushin Thunder Liger. He deserves the 4th topic.
I thought we gave him that last year, though.
Ligy 4 belts.
We definitely gave him that back in January.
Yeah, I thought we gave him a nice send-off.
No, I did it as my topic. We didn't fucking make a 4th topic for him.
Oh my God!
He's
like a New Yorker there.
4 belts.
He's like a New Yorker right there. You're like a 4th topic.
Okay, first of all, fuck you from an actual New Yorker.
Well, I am too. I'm born in Brooklyn, motherfucker. What are you talking about?
Yeah, how long did you live there?
9 years.
All right, fine. You're a New Yorker. Okay.
That's right.
It's been 14 years since he lived there.
No longer than that, bro. It's been 31 years.
All right, you're a Floridian.
You forget I'm old, Mike, right? You forget that, right?
Mm-hmm. All right, you're a Floridian.
Floridian. All right, want to do this watch along?
Yeah, it's fine. I have it up.
All right, folks. So we're gonna go watch along one of my all-time favorite matches in Survivor Series history. It's from Survivor Series 1988, the reign of the Macho Man Randy Savage during his title reign. The Mega Powers and their team of Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, and Hillbilly Jim, Coco Beware, Hercules, against the Twin Towers of Big Boss Man Akeem, and then their team, Million Dollar Man, Terry Taylor, Red Rooster, and who else was there?
Who gives a shit?
Million Dollar Man, Ted DiBiase.
Find out.
So we're gonna do a watch along of this match, folks. You turn on the WWE Network, Survivor Series 1988. And we're going to start off at 1 hour, 58 minutes, and 56 seconds. If you need to pause this podcast to set it up, do so. Otherwise, we're going to get started now. Fellas, ready to go?
Give me literally 3 seconds.
3, 2,
all right.
1. Okay, here we go, guys. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. By the way, this song, you don't probably hear it now, but this song, Slick's theme song here, top 5 theme song all time.
Yeah, I have my TV on mute. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I'm just letting folks know when you put some volume in this thing. There he is. White appropriation.
Jesus Christ.
Look at Slick, dude. I am the biggest Slick fan in the world, by the way. Big time.
You all realize that, like,
fucking
could never be a thing.
It's not because he's black.
Right?
It's part of it, but there's Bobby, and there's
Oh, look, it's Virgil.
Mike Jones. Soul Train Jones.
I love that suit on Ted DiBiase.
Yeah,
was
it's great,
my
isn't
favorite. Like, there was an action figure with him in that green suit, and it was awesome.
Hey, Mike. Yep. Ted DiBiase, top 10 villain all time? Top 10? Top 5?
10, maybe 5, no.
Okay. Top
Y'all
10.
think Big Boss Man was a better face or heel?
Face.
I don't know, dude. That's hard. Because, like, right here, for example, Boss Man just came into WWE, like, literally, like, 3 months before. So, and he was ready in the program with Hogan, pretty much, from the word go. So
for me, like circa 1998, Big Boss Man, awesome heel.
Oh, the black?
Like, I loved his work, like, when he comes back to WWF in, like, 98 or so. I love that period of him as a heel. I think back here in, like, the 80s and early 90s, he was easily and had always the potential to be one of the top, like, 3 or 4 good guys in the company.
Yeah.
So it was always, like, a little weird to me looking back at it and being like, oh, he was a bad guy here.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a guy who should have been a huge-ass star also. It's Hillbilly Jim. Look at the size of this man.
He was actually really popular, like, before this. Like, when Hogan, broke out in 84. You had, like, that, when it was really cartoony back in the mid-80s. Like, Hillbilly Jim was, like, part of that. And then once Macho got there and, Tito Santana and a lot of the smaller guys. Now, by the way, one thing you don't, if you follow this Mega Power storyline, you notice one of the things, one of, like, the little kernels of seeds of dissension. Macho comes out by himself with his theme music, and then Hogan comes by itself as well. You're not supposed to really notice it, but notice it. That's what I'm doing. What's up?
You want to know why?
Why?
Hogan must pose.
You damn fucking right, dude. But that's one of the clues of dissension. Like, you don't really notice it. Like, they're not gonna say anything, but that's one of the clues to dissension. Mega Powers. We're about 3 months away from the breakup. So.
Is that Terry Taylor?
That is correct. Terry fucking Taylor.
You're forcing me to watch a match with a Red Rooster.
Well, he won't last long. He won't last long. Trust me. He won't last long. By the way, he debuted that year also, too. Oh, Mr. Perfect is the other one, by the way.
I still think there's a parallel universe somewhere where Terry Taylor became a Ric Flair level star, just for the record.
Yeah, your universe, not mine.
I don't exist in it. Don't Mandela affect me into that shit. I'm just saying, I think it's out there.
Dude,
there's a world where, like his daughter is, like, beating everybody on Raw every week.
Mm-hmm.
And dating with
Does he have a daughter?
Who knows?
See, now I feel like when you're a second generation wrestler or third generation wrestler or something, it's kind of hard when, like, your parent was a huge star. But, like, if your parent wasn't really that big of a star and you have a chance to kind of, like add value to your family name, like if Terry Taylor does have any kids who can become, like, awesome ass wrestlers, I feel like maybe it would justify the Taylor name.
Right.
So what you're telling me is it's kind of like comparing Charlotte to Tessa?
Yeah, kinda.
All right.
This is by the way, this was another cool feud that year, DiBiase and Macho.
Oh yeah, it's still
pretty cool feud.
I still think DiBiase is, like, number one top answer to guys who should have eventually won the title and never did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Like there's plenty of guys
Jake.
that you can make the argument for. Most of them, I don't think it's that serious. I think with DiBiase, it's like the biggest missed opportunity.
He's somebody also I really appreciated when I got older. Like I really appreciated him. As a kid, you're like, well, fuck you, you're a bad guy, you rich motherfucker, trying to like kick people's basketballs when trying to make money off of you. But as I got older, you recognize, you appreciate the character, and yeah, he's definitely top 10 heel all time.
Yeah, no, I mean he was like, because that's the thing, like he was like almost Ric Flair level in terms of like the character, but like he wasn't doing he didn't have to do like the chicken shit thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hercules being a face is almost believable as the Yankees not spending money in free agency.
Yeah, they tried, man. They really tried. They put some macho dust on him a little bit too, and yeah, it didn't catch on. He turned heel again a year and a half later.
I can only imagine why it didn't catch on, because
no personality. No personality. Oh, there he is, Akeem.
I'm just always amused when you look at these matches, because half the guys who are huge stars, they just kind of look like the really old guys who hang out at the gym. Like honestly, like there's, I swear to God, I stand by this. I know Hulk Hogan is one of the top 5 biggest acts in pro wrestling history.
Shit, top
biggest
5,
star of the 80s, yada yada yada. There's no way in 2020 that Vince McMahon would let a guy who is 3/4 bald and looks like your drunk uncle be the top guy in the company.
It's all about the Fu Manchu, man.
The 80s were a weird time. Cocaine.
Telling you, man. Telling you. Haku, by the way. Haku, another badass.
Okay, wait. Here, Mike, I feel like you can answer this one. Ernest probably can't. Do you think Haku's a case where, like, his kids are kind of better than he is?
Yes.
Because his kids are huge stars in New Japan.
Haku was pretty good, though. Are you saying Haku wasn't good?
No, I'm not saying he wasn't good, but I mean, his kids are literally one of the biggest tag teams in the history of New Japan.
Oh, wow, I know that.
Since we're talking about Haku, his kids,
Haku?
I don't know. They're the number 6 tag team in the PWI top 50 this year.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the Gorillas of Destiny, or God for short.
That's cool.
So.
All right, wait. Who do we think's gonna be the first person eliminated from this? Because I don't remember the match.
I think it's Red Rooster. Yeah.
Terry Taylor.
No, I think the good guys are losing somebody first.
No.
Yeah, I feel like you put Coco out there to be the guy that loses.
It's Terry
right?
Taylor. I see his match so many times. That's why.
Oh, boo! You're cheating. Spoilers.
Well, Mega Powers. Look at
Kick him in the dick.
Kick him in the dick, dude. Let's go.
Yeah, Billy Jim got so excited he started doing a fucking like hee-haw. You saw that?
Look at Savage. He's like, Hillbilly, just kick him in the cock right now.
Comes Coco Beware.
Yep. I heard he's a really badass in real life though. Like he's like the way he was used in WWE, like in real life, he's like a scary motherfucker. I heard.
Well, I mean, but that's what a lot of guys like. Look at the Bushwhackers. Like prior to being the Bushwhackers, they were basically ECW.
True.
Like WWE had this way of doing that. WWF, sorry. Because I've heard that, like, if you look at Coco Beware from, like, his early work prior to WWF, he's kind of a badass.
This is the era of the high flyers, sort of.
Oh, shit. My shit just froze. Oh, there it is. Back.
You've missed nothing.
I didn't say it.
Watch Hogan sing him. Oh, it's Terry.
Oh, look, Terry. It looks like Hogan versus Flair, only,
Terry versus Terry.
Terry versus Terry. I appreciated that.
Kick him in the face. Uh-oh.
Okay, now I'm pretty convinced that Terry Taylor's about to be the
first guy. You know why? Elbow drop, motherfucker. There you go. Ooh, yeah, get your Terry Taylor at the top.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Goodbye.
I do appreciate that Savage and Hogan were, like, wearing the same colors and shit.
Yeah. Hey, you know, in hindsight, because I was a Hogan mark at this time, I was 8 years old.
We all were.
looking back now, what a fucking dick he was. So here's Macho Man wearing the Mega Powers, on his shorts. He's a champion. He's out first as a champion before him, from Hogan. How the fuck is Hogan getting like main event status when he's not even the fucking champion? Like, fuck you, Hulk.
I mean,
Like,
that's
seriously.
the way it always was.
I love
Really,
Hogan, but seriously,
really,
dude.
that's a dumb question, because if Hogan isn't there, does anyone really know that Savage fucking existed?
Savage was big at this time, though. He was really big.
Yeah, he was big at this time. How'd he get there? First name Hulk, last name Hogan.
Yeah. I gotta kind of agree with that.
No. I agree with you. I agree with that, but still, it's just dickish, dude. I'm sorry. Look at Bobby the Brain. Look at the team. Come on, man.
It's funny because, like, look, they definitely placed Hogan ahead of, like, the company in and of itself back then.
Well, Hogan was wrestling at that time. He was pro wrestling.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's just the way it is. But, like, they would never do that today, which is interesting.
No.
They would never allow one guy to be bigger than the rest of the company. And when anyone gets to that point, they're usually just not there anymore.
The last guy that got that kind of status was Cena. Honestly.
I don't even think Cena got that big. I think Rock might be the last guy that actually got that status.
No, I'm talking about in terms of like building around one guy. Like, Cena's the last guy that they built around the company around.
Yeah, I mean, there are times where they built it around him.
I mean, they're kind of building it around Roman Reigns right now.
I don't know that I agree with that, because he, like, with the way that they have the split brands and stuff, like, inherently they can't build it around one guy. Yeah. They can build one brand around one guy, but they can't build the whole company around one guy.
Or they could build around a couple of guys. That's about it.
Right. Oh, look at Hercules hitting them wrestling moves.
So, like, the number one guys.
All I see is Roman Reigns on fucking every fucking piece of.
Oh yeah, he's still the number
merchandise
one
and
guy.
Fucking. Oh, let's push things. He's not even on Raw, but he's mentioned on Raw more times than fucking half the Raw roster.
Well, to be fair, what you're saying, Roman will be the closest to the number one guy now, but it's shared by a lot of guys.
But who's he share it with?
Wait, it's Sonny. It's circa 1994.
Yes, exactly.
So
Roman's been around 70 years in the company? What was?
Yeah, since like 2015.
Okay,
no, wait. When did the Shield show up? 2012, 2013?
Yeah, ish.
You don't know. You weren't watching. I was asking Mike.
Yeah, but I remember all these timestamps.
I want to say it was
11, wasn't it? Maybe.
No,
definitely wasn't 11, because we watched 2011 not that long ago. It
right.
was either 2012 or 2013.
Right.
Great thing that there's a thing called the interweb.
Yeah.
Y'all remember a time when, like, I blow my friends' minds with this one, because, like, I don't know if I actually do. I don't think they care that much. But, like, they're
power move, Akeem.
Oh, there goes Hillbilly Jim. Oh, I'm so sad.
Yeah. Is he dead?
Yeah.
Like in real life?
They debuted November 18th, 2012.
Okay.
I was right. Dance Akeem. There you go. One man gang. Oh, go be right from behind. Kick him.
Oh my God. Oh. Hit him a little bit of that, like, juke and jive.
Jerry curl. And his Hogan with his punches.
I'm sorry, Coco Beware is a better wrestler than Hulk Hogan. That's the thing that I just got out of the last, like,
of course
minute.
He is.
Like,
Hulk Hogan might be the worst wrestler not named Hercules on the entire match.
Terry Taylor was in this match, sir.
Terry Taylor's not a bad wrestler, though. Come on now.
I mean,
better than Hogan.
Like, Terry Taylor's not a bad wrestler. Right, like, he's not a bad wrestler if your measurement is he can do a headlock. He's a bad wrestler if your measurement is having personality.
I mean, we're talking about skill, not personality. Hogan got ahead because of personality.
Wait. This isn't amateur wrestling. What the fuck does skill have to do with it?
If we're talking about, like, combined, charisma and whatnot, Hogan's fucking number one in the entire match here. But as a pure wrestler, he's like probably the second worst between both teams.
No, of course.
Akeem. I don't think you understand how big a Akeem fan I am.
No, I think we get it.
Yeah. Oh, watch this shit.
You've only mentioned him shimmy about 38 times in the 17 minutes we've been watching this match.
Yes.
There goes Coco Beware.
Look at Slick. That's my guy. And there we go. This is a cool feud, by the way. Bossman and Hogan. Very good feud.
Somebody get Conrad Thompson out of the ring.
Oh my god.
That's right, yeah. Is that a bong?
Is what a bong? What?
Heard a bong.
Oh, no. Not here. At least not with me.
I mean,
I would argue that this feud was Hogan's best non-title feud ever.
In what regard? Like in terms of in-ring action or in terms of like...
No, in terms of like his...
First of all, you're wrong. The actual answer is Earthquake, for the record.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's number 2.
No, it's number 1. I'll give you Boss Man at like number 2 or 3. But the Earthquake feud, I mean, I forget that the Earthquake feud didn't even have the title. That's how big that feud was.
They have right after the Warrior. He lost the Warrior.
Yeah.
Now, I enjoyed this Bossman feud with Hogan, though. I really did.
No, I mean, it definitely had its highlights. I'm not going to say it didn't, but also, too, it didn't even feel like just Bossman versus Hogan, because that was like mostly the Mega Powers and like...
Well, it started as Bossman and Hogan, and then it combined with Macho and Akeem. It sort of just kind of worked that way in.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Yeah. Look at the slam. I slam Andre one year, I slam Bossman the other.
He running.
Bossman also got into good shape after this too. Like a year and a half later after this match, he lost a lot of weight.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
Vince McMahon told him that he was going to start a fucking feud with some inmate named Nails soon. So he decided to get in shape.
Your favorite.
I'm sorry, I love that feud.
Nails and Bossman?
Hell yeah!
Fucking
Nails. First of all, as a kid, giving me like the good guy cop and then like the evil, former prisoner who just wants revenge. Like, I loved that storyline. Was everything to me as a kid.
Well,
the only feud I would put over Bossman and Nails is Bossman and the Mountie.
You want to know why?
Why?
Because the Mountie always gets his man.
That's what they tell me.
Oh, here's signature move by Bossman.
I feel like that is like one of the most insulting wrestling moves ever, though, because it's just like, what am I going to do to you right now? I'm going to hit you in the back of the head with my fucking crotch.
So Bossman did it all the time. Savage did it too. Who else did that move back then?
I feel like a lot of wrestlers did. I forgot DiBiase was still in this match, just for the record.
You pay money off to wrestle him. He was so good, dude. DiBiase is so underrated, even today.
You know who should have been a big star? His son.
Yeah, what happened with that?
He had a hot minute in WWE, didn't really get that far, gave it up.
Did he go to jail too?
His other son did.
Yeah.
Okay. We're talking about Ted. Me and Joe are talking about Ted Jr.
Ted Jr. I should have specified because he does have like 2 other kids that also got into wrestling.
I think Brett was the one that got arrested. Hold on. There's something I like to call power of the interweb.
And this is the feud also back then. Hercules and DiBiase. This is how he turned face.
Was Hercules supposed to be Hispanic?
Well, his last name was Hernandez. So.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
look at that. What?
So he has 3 sons: Mike, Ted Jr., and Brett DiBiase. We know that Mike was part of what the fuck was that group that he was in with?
No, it's right.
Legacy.
I forgot about that.
Him, Cody, and Randy.
For like a hot second.
Yeah, they ended up having a triple threat match randomly at
By Hercules.
WrestleMania.
Yeah. But that wasn't a bad match either.
This is how you know Hercules sucked. So they turned him
Because
face that year in October. They
because
put
he
him in
was the Latino in the match, but also the whitest guy.
So they paired him with DiBiase in a feud. They paired him with Hogan and Savage as partners, and still didn't get over.
DiBiase's gone. That was fast.
Macho baby. Yep, ring. I got you. Nice roll up. Yeah.
Review of tonight's Survivor Series and just say that the Raw versus SmackDown men's match sucked so much ass.
You mean the Team Raw, Team SmackDown, like Keith Lee's team? Okay.
Yes, that match was so fucking horrible.
Wow.
Like, watching this, not for nothing, this is entertaining. I mean, you have to give it to these guys. This is an entertaining match, even if these guys aren't all the greatest wrestlers in the world.
You know why?
You know?
It's not the stories.
Yeah, no, exactly. That's the thing. Tonight's match, to me, lacked so much. And a lot of it really is because, there was no stories there.
Watch this. Watch this. Whoop! Fucking tackled his ass.
I mean, do what you gotta do.
I heard Haku was the scariest motherfucker in the locker room.
I
mean, he's a Samoan. What the fuck do you expect, dude?
Hard times.
Him and the Barbarian.
Yeah.
What are we at now? 3-on-3 or 3-on-2?
3-on-2. Mega Power standalone.
Which you knew was always the direction it was going to go.
Of course.
Wait a minute. The Mega Powers are by themselves? I would have never fucking guessed. Holy shit. Wow.
There's my ex-wife right there. Miss Elizabeth.
In other news, water is wet, ice is cold.
Miss Elizabeth.
All right, come on, boss man. No, not tonight, boss man. I love when they argue with the referee. I love when it's just
the
that
Hebner?
sounds way too,
Hebner
that's too triggering right now.
That Dave Hebner is referee? I think it
or
is.
Earl.
Yeah, one of the two.
Hebner.
The one that took the money has fallen on his pockets.
Wouldn't that have been Earl? Wasn't Earl always the crooked one?
Yeah, I think so.
Certainly the one that screwed Brett. That's right,
Yep.
I said it.
We gotta review that. I think my other choice would have been the Montreal Screwdriver match. Would have been the other one I would have picked.
So you would have forced us to sit through the worst Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels match when they've had so many good ones.
Oh, of course. I would have done that. Because why not?
I would have let you start this show. I would have hung up, and I would have not have returned. Last year, you made us do an entire topic on it. Now you're going to make me watch the match.
Did I really?
I'm out.
I don't remember talking about it.
No, I remember that. That wasn't me.
Pretty sure we talked about it last year.
It might have been on my podcast, not with us three.
I don't remember talking about it because it's not
an anniversary.
It's not something that I particularly enjoy talking about because it's been talked to death.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. It's over and over. I like enough already. I mean, get me wrong. I am fascinated by it, but, I'm
fascinated with the fact that we'll never know exactly what the fuck happened.
Part of me thinks Brett knew what was going on.
I know it's totally possible. We'll never know. That's exactly the truth, though.
There's always three sides of the story.
And I'll be honest with you, I'm still Team Vince on that one, for the record.
I mean,
what? You're gonna let him fucking take the belt to fucking WCW?
Exactly.
Right, of course.
Team Vince, baby.
I think we can all agree Bret Hart was kind of completely unreasonable in all of that.
Yep, totally agree. Took himself too serious. I love the guy.
No, it's funny. I really do feel like even guys like Bret Hart from the 90s and stuff, he's not a guy that you hear stories about being a drug abuser or anything like that. But you don't hear stories about him being much less than an asshole either. I feel like it's really like the 2010s and forward. And I don't know if it's just, I don't know what it is about the culture, but I swear to you, like so many more guys seem to just be nice people as opposed to back here. Like Roman Reigns seems like a genuine sweetheart. Even when he's a bad guy, I feel like if I met Roman Reigns, he'd be one of the nicest guys in the world, and I don't feel that way about like Bret Hart.
Well,
Especially
it is said that
like
Roman's
97.
it is said that Roman is the locker room leader. So
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. I mean, I think the Miz would be a nice guy. You know what I mean? Like, I can't actually think of anyone on the WWE roster who I think would particularly be kind of like rude at this point. Whereas, like, I think 1990s and 1980s WWF, there's a lot of guys that I don't know I would have ever wanted to meet. You know?
But if I ever met the Miz, I ask him 0 wrestling questions. 0.
Would you just break out like real world questions? Is that what's gonna
Exactly.
happen? Like,
Exactly.
He
was the Rua back to
episode
New York.
3.
He was on the Back to New York season.
Yeah, I don't know. I never watched the Real World. That was never my thing.
I only watched early years, like from like San Francisco to like Las Vegas. Look at this shit. Look at Slick.
He is trying to kidnap that woman, and
Yep.
Yes, thank you for doing something, Hulk Hogan.
Good job, Hogan. And now I came from behind. Fuck, I love this era. My favorite era.
I mean, but like, what was happening there exactly? Did no one worry what Slick was going to do with this poor defenseless woman as he dragged her away?
Nope.
Not 1988.
That's not okay.
It's Reagan years.
Yeah, see, there was a whole movement. Yeah, this isn't okay anymore, guys. We had a movement. We spoke out on people like Joey Ryan.
He's handcuffs.
Yeah. God damn.
And Savage getting fucking destroyed now.
What were you laughing at, Joe?
Just what you said.
Oh.
Someone it's a Hulk Hogan poster. I was almost like, was that a Ric Flair poster in the front row? Because that would have been awesome.
Yeah, I would have paid that kid's admission. Been like, here you go, bud.
Right? Oh my God. Oh, he's choking him with a nightstick.
Bro, Hogan got beat by a nightstick like twice in like a month.
So he jobbed out to the nightstick more often than anybody else?
Yeah, dude.
Correct.
Fucking the Brother Love segment back in October of 88.
Yeah.
Shit here.
I just love it. It's like just beat his ass with this nightstick like until he can't take it anymore.
Dude, I used to hate the Boss Man as a kid because of this shit. Like, leave my hero alone. So mean.
So what you're saying is he was an effective heel.
Oh, yeah.
Correct.
Without question. And watch
this referee sucks. How are you paying no attention to any of the guys that are actually like wrestling? Come on.
Better yet, how's there a referee on the outside that's watching him hit him with the nightstick and not disqualifying him?
Exactly. Thank you.
I didn't even notice the referee outside until you just said something.
God,
fucking Savage getting fucking destroyed.
I legitimately thought that was just another manager out there because there's like 17.
And now it's 2-on-1.
I look at it from this standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, why is it 2-on-1? What just happened?
Disqualified Hakeem and Bossman.
Where did the fucking Haku go?
You guys, Haku's still there.
Wait,
Haku against Macho.
You're telling me that this match? You're telling me this match just came down to the Mega Powers and Haku?
Correct.
Yep.
See?
The sad part is this logically makes total sense. So I feel bad being annoyed by it, but I'm sort of annoyed by it.
Their job was to destroy Macho and Hogan, not to win the match.
Can we also just point out that Bossman literally had like the Confederate flag on?
Yeah, you notice that too?
Here. It's hard not to notice.
Yeah.
That would not fly in 2020.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things in this match that wouldn't fly in 2020. One of them that would, every person on that fucking roster having a manager, kind of like AEW.
Yo, basically. Except everyone on this roster would be the manager in AEW.
Yeah, Haku was with Heenan, yep. Mm-hmm.
Every member of the heel team had a manager.
Why is Slick still there? Like, if your guys are gone, shouldn't you go to the back too?
Trolling.
Nah, he's gotta try to kidnap Miss Elizabeth or punch fucking
God.
Undertaker or something. I don't know.
He's just like, it's okay, baby, it's okay. Just smell this rag. It's okay.
Hogan's an idiot. Look at Slick's an idiot.
There's a joke there about someone else that probably got the legend on the Speak Out movement, but I'm just gonna continue on. I wrote it down.
Yes.
I mean,
oh my God.
You
Fucking
put it on a
Savage.
tee, and I don't swing for the fences. Something's wrong here.
Look at Savage telling us a story. He's getting beat the fuck up, trying.
I feel like Savage's selling is very underrated.
Who?
Savage. His selling is very underrated.
Oh,
like everyone always
Michaels.
talks about like Shawn Michaels and Dolph Ziggler and Mr. Perfect, but I mean, come on, look at Savage here. He's totally telling this story.
Oh no, I've said for years the two guys who sell the best are Savage and Shawn Michaels.
And then you've got fucking Hogan outside being like, "I'm dying, little white woman, help me."
Watch the keys. Watch the keys. Watch the keys. Watch Slick. This is so horrible.
What
the keys? The keys to the handcuffs.
Oh my God!
Let's make it available for Elizabeth to get it.
Where's Jeff Tunney when you need him? How is any of this allowed?
He's just there. He's
wearing his slapjack mask and
yeah. That was
he was probably out on a golf course. What a horrible president.
Yeah. Fucking Joe.
I feel like we've heard this story before.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard this before.
Oh, look, Elizabeth did something useful. I'm sorry, she was the most useless manager in, like, pro wrestling.
What do you think Jesse Ventura said the entire night?
Did he really?
Yes!
Fucking dropping truth bombs. I like it.
Look at this shit. Oh, and Savage sold that, too.
Haku was in ridiculous shape here.
Yep.
Don't you mean Mang?
Yeah. Watch Savage. Watch this. Watch Savage here.
So what if watch Savage like we're not watching the match?
What if we brought Haku back, but like with a rap gimmick, and we called him Gucci Meng?
Ooh.
I mean, honestly, it would be over in New Japan.
Right.
Gucci Meng. That's great. And now Hogan, leg drop. Yeah.
Is he gonna hit it? Oh, he hit it.
Yeah. Game over.
Is he gonna hit it? What the fuck kind of question is that?
What
the fuck do you mean?
I'm like low key annoyed after all that we couldn't even let Savage get the last pin.
Nah, dog,
Savage is beat the fuck up. Look at him.
Hogan must pose. Yeah. Hogan must pose, dog.
Was this even the main event on this show?
Yeah, of course it was.
Oh, okay.
No match ended without Hogan back then.
God, if Hogan's hairline went any further back, it'd be on his ass.
LeBron James.
Jesus.
Fucking Savage selling that shit. Hogan's here fucking celebrating by himself.
I love that Hogan has all this energy now. He was literally just laying
right?
rope handcuff like he was dying. Now he's like, look at my brother. Look at him go. Woo, I just a lot of cocaine. Woo.
Right.
Oh, there you go. There's Liz. Oh, Liz. Let me hug you. And there's Macho. Another
How you gonna be touching another man's woman?
Another seed. They didn't mention anything here on telecast, but you're supposed to pick this up a little bit. Watch him.
I don't even know about a little bit. He's very obvious about it.
But the thing is, but the genius back then too, that they didn't mention it. They just kept talking as though it was like whatever. But you're supposed to kind of figure it out for yourself.
No, and I appreciate that. I totally appreciate that storytelling. Well, let's be like it's not subtle here. Like Randy Savage is about as subtle as a fucking brick to the back.
That's it. And there's your match.
Is that the definition of spinal?
Yep.
Yes.
A brick to the back. Is that the definition?
I was borrowing a line from a fucking brand new song. So
real quick before we go, on the original Coliseum video, like there's a interview with Savage in the locker room after the match, talk about like attending to new business because he was like Jesse Ventura was trying to stir the pot, seeing that he was pissed off, but it never airs on this thing. I don't know why. But they never added
because it was a Coliseum home video exclusive. This isn't Coliseum video.
I gotta give it credit. This was probably the best Survivor Series match that I've watched tonight.
Wow.
No.
Well, I mean, like in terms of elimination matches and stuff.
Okay. I was gonna say the tag title match, the tag teams wrestling was a good match.
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to the next topic. Want to do PWI or want to do
Let's do the PWI.
Okay,
You
let's
want
do
to do
it.
that?
Sure, why not? I don't give a shit.
I do it.
All right. That is my topic. If you guys have not figured out by my lack of care.
You asshole. Go ahead.
Being real. All right. So my topic is PWI. For those of you that follow along at home, is that Meltzer or is that somebody else?
Totally somebody else. It's a magazine.
Okay, fine. So they released their.
It wasn't. I don't think it was an Apter magazine at any point, but it's definitely in that realm.
So they released their own top 50 tag teams of the year. Some interesting things occurred in this list. We're going to discuss it at length here. I have the list here. We did this last time, and we went from 1 to 100. So we should go in reverse order this time. Makes it a little bit more interesting to talk about the teams at the lower end of it, and then way back up.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Number 50, the Iconics, Peyton Royce, Billy Kay. They're no longer a tag team, so yeah.
They still should be, though.
Make it make sense. Next.
We'll never make it make sense because it's WWE. Number 49 is a team out of Australia named the Brat Pack. It is Mitch Waterman and Nick Burry.
Oh, I thought it was Molly Ringwald and
Where have they worked? I've never even heard of them.
They're strictly in Australia.
Oh, well, that makes sense. It's the whole other side of the planet.
Yeah, that's why you haven't heard of them.
Yep.
Number 40
That's funny.
from Mexico.
My good dick.
From Mexico, it's Los Traumas. Trauma 1 and Trauma 2.
Huh? Next.
What company are they? AAA, CMLL?
I believe it was AAA. I'll look real quick while you guys talk about the greatness that is Los Traumas.
And nothing to say about them.
Yeah, I don't know them, but like, I mean, I always appreciate, and I'm assuming they won't be the last Lucha Libre team on here because, let's be honest, right? Like America, not necessarily outside of AEW, not necessarily the place of like, tag team wrestling, but Mexico, that's what they do.
Their last match, they defeated Las Shotas at IWRG.
Right.
I don't know. Okay. They worked the Crash back in February, so that's like the third company in Mexico.
That's like Conan's company, isn't it?
Yeah, they were actually the tag team champions. They won them in February.
Okay, see, that's decent.
Speaking of Conan, was he on the AEW last week?
Was he really? I didn't watch.
Yeah, the Las Vegas segment.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
American independent team Violence is Forever, which is Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo.
Don't know him.
I know Dom Guarini from AIW, but I don't know who Kevin Koo is.
How about naming all the notable tag teams instead of just going through the whole list?
Yeah, what's the first team on this list that you recognize by name, Mike?
Going backwards, of course.
Number 44.
Who is?
44 is Breezango.
Okay.
I guess that makes sense. They were like not even around for a hot second, but then all of a sudden they were NXT Tag Team Champions. So.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Medusa Complex, which is two female wrestlers, Charlie Evans and Millie McKenzie, who I know from Progress. You guys probably don't, because Ernest doesn't even know what the fuck Progress is. Imperium, Fabian Eichner, Walter, Marcel Barthel, and Alexander Wolf. At 41, 40, the Rock and Roll Express, 39, the Von Erichs, Marshall, and Ross. 38 is the Dark Order of Stu Grayson and Player Uno.
That seems really low for them, and they're not even my favorite gimmick, but
37 is Gallus, Joe Coffey, Mark Coffey, and Wolfgang.
okay.
36 is Jonathan Gresham and Jay Lethal. 35 is the Viking Raiders. 33 is the Good Brothers of Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows.
That feels low.
It does, but it also doesn't.
It's really not. It's really not because they were shit before they fucking left WWE.
Yeah, that's kind of true. And
but there were some big programs though before the end.
Dude, they were they were a bystander in an AJ Styles Undertaker feud. They didn't do shit.
Yeah, but they got killed at WrestleMania, so that's got to count for something.
The besties in the world: Davey Vega, Matt Fischette. Joe knows them.
I really don't.
Oh, you don't? Oh, they're really
good. I don't.
I don't know.
The current are they still current? I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure they're still current. IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi.
Oh God.
What? You don't like Taichi?
I mean, actually now I kind of do, but still though, like, I sort of wonder. So okay, wait, what's the period of time on this list? Is it like September to September again, or?
Let me get the full.
I guess, yeah.
Because what's interesting is I kind of wonder, like, it was an interesting year for them to choose to do a first ever like tag team list, because a number of these teams I feel like could potentially be higher on the list, except they weren't even working because of COVID, like you didn't have NXT UK, you didn't have ROH,
Trying to find where it says that October 1st, 2019 to September 30th of 2020.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like in another year, like Gallus would be higher on this list, or like Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham would be higher, but they didn't have like any matches for like 5 months,
27 is the Miz and Morrison.
That's low.
26 is the Sea Stars, Ashley Vox, Del Miexo, my MVPs from 2 weeks or last week. 25 Best Friends.
That feels low too.
Does it though? Yeah. I mean, they literally had like a couple feuds, but they weren't ever in a title picture.
I'm gonna say this: they're clearly, apparently, ranking lower than Pride and Powerful, and that seems wrong.
But you're forgetting the front half of the year. Didn't they have like a TNA fucking run in the middle of that year as well? Pride and Powerful?
No, they've been in AEW since the day one.
Yeah, they're there.
Oh, okay, we'll get to them. Number 24, the Artist Collection of Sami Zayn, Cesaro, and Shinsuke Nakamura. 23 is the Golden Aces of Kota Ibushi and Hiroshi Tanahashi.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that there.
22 is Bliss Cross Applesauce. 21 is Finn Juice, David Finlay, and Juice Robinson. Number 19, Private Party.
Interesting.
Okay. I don't know. See, Best Friends belongs above Private Party.
I agree.
But Private Party beat the Young Bucks.
Yeah, and that and like a Metro card will get you on the New York City Transit.
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I mean, Best Friends, best rivalry was against fucking Pride and Powerful.
Right. Who is still apparently higher on this list because I still haven't heard them yet.
Number 18, the Rascals, Zachary Wentz, Trey Miguel, Desmond Xavier, who just left Impact Wrestling.
Did they sign with WWE?
I don't think they've done anything officially yet, but that's the overwhelming suggestion. Number 17, SCU.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, that honestly
started great, melted after.
Yeah, like I'm gonna say, like, see right now, like in a case of like SCU, like in my mind, I feel like that's a little high. But you're right, like they're the team that you argue that the argument works where it's like, okay, but you got to look at the whole year because, like, during that year they're the first ever AEW Tag Team Champions, and like Yeah, no, like they probably even deserve to be a little higher. I wouldn't have even argued against them being like number 11 or 12, frankly.
Hold on one second. I lost the page.
Lost the page.
Found it. No, it's just it popped away real quick.
He was just doing his best Alberto Del Rio impression.
Trying to hide?
No, losing page.
Oh. Number 16 is Proud and Powerful.
Yeah, that's too high.
That's
but
bullshit.
Whatever.
It's literally bullshit.
I wish they were used better to justify that high ranking, but that's just me.
They're not even the highest ranked like tag team in the inner circle. Like, this is bullshit.
He's right.
Number 15, the Briscoe Brothers.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Do you have any idea who the Briscoe brothers are, by the way, Ernest?
I know what Joe Briscoe is. That's it.
No fucking chance he knows who they are. Don't even ask that stupid
No relation,
question.
right? No relation?
Dumb fucking question. It's a dumb question, Joe.
No.
It's just sad because yes, they never went out of Ring of Honor. I mean, they were in TNA in the early
No,
days.
to be fair, I've
twice.
heard them before though. I've heard of them, but I don't know who they are.
I mean, they are literally one of the best tag teams of the last 20 years.
Number 13 is the Undisputed Era.
That's low.
Is it though?
Yes.
Yeah, I almost think it's too high.
Although I will say, to be fair, most of this year they were accounting for, they lost the belts. They weren't champions. I guess makes sense.
There's not one team in the top 12 I would rank them ahead of.
Okay. I have a question before we get to the top 12. Can I assume that at least 6 teams there are AEW related?
What?
6 teams in the top 12 are AEW related teams, right?
What? Okay, wait. What 6 teams do you think? Go ahead, name 6 teams.
I'm just thinking because AEW has the best tag team division in all wrestling. Got to figure a chunk of them are in the top 10, 12.
Out and Prejudice, whatever the fuck.
I hope you're trolling right now and you didn't fall and hit your head because I may have to ask your wife to take
I'm just asking.
Wait, no, I'm serious. Name the 6 teams that you think are going to come up.
No, I think it'd be overkill if that was the case. I'm just saying.
No.
Name the 6 teams. Come on, you're the AEW Mark. Name fucking
Omega,
6 teams.
Omega and Page will be in there, I imagine.
Yeah.
Bucks.
That's 2.
It's FTR. I mean, I don't know. They more the second half of the year thing. FTR / Revival.
Well, yeah, I mean that counts as AEW, so that's 3.
Let me see who else is big AEW.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
No, I'm thinking right now. I'm really
It's Hercules.
Oh shit! Fucking I'm brain dead now. Lucha Brothers. That's 4.
That's 4. You're not giving us 2 more. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, do you really think that the Lucha Bros deserve to be in the top?
Yes.
12?
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Yes.
See, I don't.
Because that period of time, is that when their Young Bucks feud was, where they had the really great pay-per-view matches?
Mm-hmm.
Probably, but what have they done since then?
Nothing, but that's bad booking. I'll give it to you. It's really bad booking, but they're kind of a fantastic team.
I'm not taking anything away from them as a team. Do I think they deserve to be in the top 12? Probably not.
I mean, the only other thing I can think of is if they had anything going on in Mexico.
I
will
100% spoil this. I do not think they deserve to be as high as they are. That's all.
I don't think this team deserves to be in there also, but I feel like they might be there just because of how they're booked last year. Jurassic Express. They don't deserve it, but I would think they might be in there.
And the sad thing is, they at the very least deserve to be in the top 50, and since you haven't named them yet, that means they're here in the top 12.
I just did. I just named them. 5.
No. I'm saying, it's okay, Ernest, you're pretty. I'm saying Mike hasn't named them yet. In the 50 that we've named so far, He has, or in the, like on the list so far, he has not said Jurassic Express, and I can't imagine that they didn't make the top 50 at all. So they got to be here in the top 12, and that really is kind of fucking crazy.
Yeah, I agree. But they're booked that way. They're booked like a top 12 team, though.
All right, where are we at? Are we at number 12?
Top 12.
All right, let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right. Number 12, representing All Japan Pro Wrestling and DDT, it is the Violent Giants of Shuji Ishikawa and Suwana. Thank you.
I don't know them even remotely. I can't say anything.
They are 4-time World Tag Team Champions, including the current Tag Team Champions. They won the World's Strongest Tag Determination League in 2017 and 2019. They won on January 13th of 2019. They lost the titles to Sakamoto and Okabayashi. On March 19th of 2019, they won them back. They lost the titles to Zeus and Ryoji Sai on September 3rd, and then gained them back January 2nd of 2020. So they've basically had the championships on and off for basically almost 2 full years.
Here's my only thing, though. I feel like we're overvaluing in the year 2020 All Japan Pro Wrestling by putting them that high on the list, if that's all that they've done. You know what I mean?
Are we, though? Because what have the WWE guys done except for perform inside of a fucking Thunderdome?
No, true. But at least, like, WWE is factually the number one wrestling company in the world. Like All Japan just is... All Japan isn't actually, like, that big of a deal. They're not even the number one company in Japan, you know?
I'm not disagreeing with you, but I feel like if you hold a title that long, I feel like you should fucking be on this list.
Who's somewhere. Number 11? I'm excited to hear who number 11 is.
Number 11, the current AEW World Tag Team Champions, Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks.
That makes sense, because they didn't really push themselves to really the last 2 months.
I'm going to disagree, and they're not my favorite team, as you guys know, but I think they should at least be in the top 10.
Yeah, I'm going to be against it.
I agree because I don't think that Lucha Brothers should be in the top 10.
Yeah, I don't know where Lucha Brothers are right now, but I mean, all I'm saying is, like, I could see flipping those two at the very least, because my biggest reason for putting the Lucha Brothers anywhere near the top 10 would be the feud with the Young Bucks, and the Young Bucks won that feud. So, like,
yep.
Number 10.
All right, number 10, the former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Sho, Yo, Roppongi 3K.
I adore them as a tag team. I love both of those wrestlers. I don't know what they did to deserve to be number 10 on this list. But, like, okay, Mazel Tov.
Well, you got to remember, this isn't just 2020. This goes back all the way to September.
Yeah.
Of 2019. They had the tag titles there for a while. They wrestled a big match in the Tokyo Dome at Wrestle Kingdom.
I guess. I don't know. They had the junior tag titles, but, like, you know, New Japan is one of those companies where, like, there's no real tag division, and they somehow have 2.
I mean, let's see here. Roppongi 3K. They entered their 3rd Super Juniors in October of 2019, which is in the scoring period. They won 5 of the 7 matches, advanced to the finals. They defeated Desperado and Kanemura to become the first ever 3-time winner of the tournament. Won the title shot against Phantasmo and Ishimura, which they won the titles, becoming 4-time champions and getting their first Wrestle Kingdom win.
I mean, all of that is really awesome. I guess it's okay if they're... I don't know. I still think at the very least the Young Bucks belong above them.
I mean, the only reason why they're not the champions currently is because Yo tore his ACL.
True.
I mean,
number
239 days as champion.
Yeah.
Number 9, the Kabuki Warriors, Kairi Sane and Asuka.
And that makes sense.
It does make sense. But here's the thing, though. They got hurt. Like, Kairi Sane got hurt in December. And they didn't wrestle much between then and WrestleMania. They did like 1 or 2 matches after that, and then Kairi Sane left the company.
But weren't they the champions like pretty much that whole time?
They were, but they never defended it for like good 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, you're right. And like, if we were talking about Rio, I'd agree with you. But since we're talking about people that I actually like, I'm kind of like, nah, it's okay.
And I feel like we also had this conversation before too about the Kabuki Warriors,
which is
about the fact that rank higher than they probably were supposed to. I love the Kabuki Warriors, for the record. I've been saying this based on the way they were booked. Now, if you're saying the first 3 months prior to the injury they were strong, then fine. But the other, 9 months of that year, they were inactive for a good chunk of that. They wrestled a couple more matches at that, and then she was gone.
I would still put them ahead. I would still put them ahead of the Lucha Bros.
I'll say this, Michael. Too. I love.
Hold on.
Well,
I'll let you finish that topic, but
right.
Don't come on Michael me when you're like, oh, they were inactive. What the fuck were the Lucha Bros doing? They couldn't even get over the fucking border to come to an AEW show.
Well, that's a different story. That's
no,
a
it's not. Issue. Bullshit. They're inactive. Inactive is inactive, whether it's fucking COVID
or somebody Warriors were active because of an injury. That's all.
If you're active, you're active. If you're inactive, you're fucking inactive. There is no middle ground. COVID.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that.
I see what you're saying, but
like either you're there or you're not.
Let me say this much though.
It's not
They've been more active than the Kabuki Warriors have been this year. It's not even close.
Who? Wait, what?
The Lucha Brothers have been much more active this year than the Kabuki Warriors have been.
Mostly having matches against each other.
So I agree with you.
When was the last tag match they had?
Who?
The Lucha Bros.
Lucha Bros.
What, a month ago, maybe? Month and a half, maybe?
I honestly don't think so.
They were doing singles the last couple of times, but
yeah, they've been kind of, which I have no problem with. I mean, they're both fantastic. They probably would be worth more in AEW as single stars.
Mike's just mad because he keep hearing that theme song over and over again when they come out.
It has nothing to do with the theme song. The fact that you want to argue, well, they were inactive. Well, fucking so were the Lucha Bros. Stop fucking wearing the rose-colored glasses.
If you're going to use that same logic, then why are they in that top 10? That's what I'm saying. I'm arguing more so that they're in the top 10. That's all.
All right, who's number 8?
The New Day.
Yeah, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like the New Day is like they belong in the top 10, and like as long as they're not in the top 5, it's not exactly disagreeable.
No.
I feel like they should be higher.
Xavier gets hurt. Big E did a lot of solo stuff. Kofi was doing solo at the front end of the year. So yeah, it makes sense. But they've done stuff since then. So yeah, as a team,
including having a great match tonight, for the record.
Yeah, I gotta see that. I will see tonight.
I would probably.
Wait, does that mean the Street Profits are like still to come?
Yes.
Oh.
Wow.
Stop, Joe. Really? You really are tired of them?
No, I mean, tonight they won me over again. Like, they were really, really good tonight. But, like, I guess it makes sense that they'd be, like, possibly top 5, given the year that we're talking about. They were definitely a huge act on Raw for most of it.
Number 7, Ernest's favorite tag team, the Lucha Bros.
That is high.
I'll admit that's high.
That is very high on this list.
I'll admit that's high.
Like I said, the only thing I can think of is if they had some kind of success in Mexico at the same time.
Mike, I believe this. They shouldn't be in top 12 anyway. I'll give you that. I'm saying they will be in the top 12. I'm not defending that. I'm just saying, Kabuki shouldn't be there either.
No, I disagree. All right, who's next?
Number 6, it's Haku's son, the Gorillas of Destiny.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, like I said, like New Japan, and okay, look, I'm going to take this moment to get on a soapbox. Give me a second. I'm about to be like 5'6" for a minute. So,
hold on. Before you start, what kind of soapbox is it?
Yeah, is that tall?
This is my all of us internet wrestling smart marks, whatever you want to call us, give way too much leeway to New Japan for having shitty ass storylines and fucking sucky ass booking because the wrestling's really good. When really, like, I'm sorry, but like the booking in New Japan is god fucking awful, and it keeps getting worse. I'm sorry, Sonata, you deserve better. But we all just like are okay with it, and instead bitch about the booking in WWE because the wrestling isn't as good. And I get it. I love watching New Japan. But I'm getting really sick of all my favorite guys never even remotely having a chance of getting pushed. Ishii, you also deserve better. Okay, now I'm off my box.
Tell us how I really feel. Also, you're that tall? 5'6"?
No, I'm 5'4". I was getting
when
on
he
the
stands
box.
on the soapbox.
Like,
I was gonna say, you're really
All
short.
with the joke,
I'm 5'4" and 3/4. Thank you.
You're tiny.
So is Rey Mysterio. Fuck you.
I know.
It's awfully aggressive. All right, top 5. At number 5.
Top 5.
They were the former Raw Tag Champs, the current SmackDown Tag Team Champions of the world, Montez Ford, Angelo Dawkins, the Street Profits.
I'm totally fine with that.
We want smoke.
Wait, have we still? No, we mentioned Pride and Powerful at this point, right?
Yeah, a long time ago. We had a
Thank God. Okay, I just got scared for a second.
No, they're not top 5.
You should be scared by something else that we haven't mentioned, at least that you guys haven't mentioned.
Who?
What?
Oh, we'll get there.
Okay, 4.
At number 4, the former and longest reigning Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions,
The North?
Josh Alexander, All Ego Ethan Page, the North.
I remember them.
Can I say something real quick? Like, I don't even, like, watch Impact Wrestling, and that feels low.
Yeah. I mean, no.
Once you
know.
get to the top 3, like, you'll understand.
Okay. What's number 3?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
and honestly, I'm a big supporter of the North.
I know you are.
I'm a big Josh Alexander, Ethan Page guy. Like, I always will support the two of them. But I feel like this is the right spot for them based on who the top 3 are.
I'm just going based on wrestling buzz on the internet. That's all.
I'm just going based on who the top 3 are.
Like, I'm also, too, like, I think you do have to weigh in to hear, like, the companies these guys work for and things like that. Like, Impact is easily, at best, the number 3 company in North America.
Correct.
So, like, yeah, like, there are going to be teams from the top 2 companies that deserve to outrank them. But I'm glad that they're up there, higher than, like, the Lucha Bros or, teams like that, obviously, not to beat a dead horse. But, like they definitely deserve to be higher up like that. But it's the same argument that I was making with, like the All Japan guys. It's like, I don't know how important All Japan really is in the grand scheme of things, but,
Okay, number 3.
At number 3, former women's tag team champions, Sasha Banks and Bayley.
I have no problem with that whatsoever. I really don't.
I would have loved to see them at, like, number 1. Yeah. I don't know that they actually would have deserved it or not. I guess you can argue that case either way if you guys want to.
The only reason why. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I just think it would have been cool to, like, the very first, like, tag team list, and you have a women's tag team there. Because they really were, I'm sorry, but Bayley and Sasha were one of my favorite acts through most of the, like, early days of the no audience era.
The only reason they weren't there was because the first 6 months of the, of this list, of this one, is accounting for, they weren't even a team. So.
Yeah, true. That's
no reason why.
See, no, I think the whole reason why is because since basically June, they haven't been a tag team.
Also true.
But the peak was pretty high in the year.
Sure.
Yeah.
Arguably the highest peak of any tag team in this list. Arguably.
I'm extremely happy to see them in the top 3. I would have put them at either 1 or 2, but I'm happy to see them in the top 3.
Who's number 2?
The longest reigning AEW World Tag Team Champions of all time, Adam Page, Kenny Omega, Cowboy Bebop.
I actually think that My number 1 and number 2 would have been them and Sasha and Bailey,
Me
and
too.
I think you can kind of argue the order either way. I like honestly, yeah, Omega and Paige probably belong at number 1. They were a great friggin' tag team. They were amazing in AEW while they were together. You know, I actually kind of miss them as a team, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Mm-hmm. Me too. Who's number 1?
So, have you not figured it out yet? I already know the answer, but have you not figured it out yet? This is how little they deserve to be number 1, that you can't even, like, spot it right now.
Maybe
ahead,
because
Mike.
because 1 o'clock in the morning. That's why.
Your boys. Fuck the Revival.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so just for the record, I'm okay with top 10 for them because they were still pretty decent late last year prior to them flaming out, and they came with AEW with guns blazing. So I'm okay with that being top 10. But over Omega and Paige and Bailey and Sasha, nah, I can't do that. Nah, and I like FTR too, but come on now.
I would put them maybe in the lower half of my top 10.
Right,
maybe
me too.
Maybe even like right outside, because you're right. Like they obviously had a really strong second half of the time period that this is being judged on. But the first half, they were basically just jobbers on SmackDown, and let's not act like they weren't.
And Paige and Omega having like fucking 7-star matches.
Yeah, exactly. Like these guys.
Hold on.
The fucking Revival.
Hold on. Wait, what's it?
Dave Meltzer with his 7-star matches. Kenny Omega's involved in the match. He's never rating it anything less than 4 stars.
Yeah.
Let's be real. Continue.
I'm just saying, like, I don't remember what I was gonna say. I just feel like FTR, like half the time this thing is looking at, half the calendar is looking at, these guys were, fodder to King Corbin. And somehow they're the number 1 tag team of the year. Like, no.
I'm surprised.
I've redone the top 12, only using the 12 teams in the top 12 that we've gone over.
Okay.
I'll give you my list real quick. Number 1, Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
Number 2, the Golden Role Models.
Yeah.
Number 3, the North.
Yep, I'm okay with that.
Number 4, the Street Profits.
Yeah, I can live with that too.
Mm-hmm.
I went New Day at 5.
Can I be honest?
Okay.
I put the Young Bucks at 5.
I have them at 7.
Okay.
I have the New Day, Gorillas, and then I have the Young Bucks.
See, I do think that the New Day, and I think Ernest was right when he was saying this, a lot of this calendar, they weren't really necessarily like a team 100%. You had Xavier was out injured, Kofi was jobbing to Brock Lesnar and then kind of disappeared for a hot minute. I love them and I love what they're doing now. I'm glad that they're back together and everything's working great and they're the Raw champions and yada yada. But if we're looking at this whole calendar, this whole October to September, whatever, like it's not just based on what they did in the last 3 months, So I'm okay with them being in the top 10. I don't think they deserve to be in the top 5.
I agree. Maybe number 6.
Okay, hold on. I just want to debuff this. Okay.
Hey, real quick, before we go further, do you want to save the other topic for next week? Because we're an hour and a half right now.
It's his topic.
Oh shit! That's right.
I'll let Joe just make that decision.
Okay.
But so Kingston lost the belt to Brock Lesnar on October 4th. Okay.
Yeah.
November 8th, they won the tag titles with Woods being inactive. They held them until February 27th of 2020 before losing them to the Miz and the Morrison. They had a triple threat ladder match with Miz, Morrison, and the Usos. Remember it was a
Mania, right? A Mania.
Yep.
Which was a non-tag match for the record.
Correct.
Good match, though.
And then they had the triple threat match, and then they had the tag titles before losing them to Nakamura and Cesaro at a tables match at Extreme Rules. And then it was Kofi got hurt in the spot and is going to be out 6 weeks. So then he got the solo run in end of August, September. October, Woods came back. They won the tag titles back, and then the draft happened. So it's like they didn't have as long of a single run as you guys are thinking of in the middle of that.
It felt longer. It definitely did feel longer.
That's what I'm saying. It probably feels longer, but their Big E had a singles run for about 2 months. That was it. Like him and Kofi were a team most of the calendar year in the voting.
Yeah.
So that's why I have them at 5. I have the Gorillas at 6. I have the Young Bucks at 7. I have Roppongi 3K at 8. I have FTR at 9. I have the Violent Giants at 10. I have the Kabuki Warriors at 11. And I have the Lucha Bros at 12.
Okay. All right, Joe, do you want to do your topic still, or?
I'm okay with moving it to next week. It's not like it's a timely topic, and It's about the cancellation of house shows, so why not cancel my topic? Fuck you guys. No. I'm fine with we can unofficially call my topic tonight. Quote, is the Undertaker really retired? End quote. Because we did talk about that for a good 15 minutes.
Technically, you pushed that too. I didn't have plans to talk about that. You kind of pushed that. So
no, that's the thing. But honestly, on the night, we should have talked about Survivor Series. Time didn't work out, and that's okay. It happens. But given that, and given that the big thing from Survivor Series was the Undertaker's quote unquote retirement, that does feel like it did belong on tonight's show.
Yeah,
so
I agree with you.
That, and we did talk about it for 15 minutes. We really did. So I'm fine with that. But y'all better start thinking about your favorite house show memories for next week. And we're starting with my topic, bitches.
Awesome. MVP for me.
Hold on.
Quick.
Hold on. Before you go to MVPs, I'm telling you right now, clear out your calendar, clear out your schedule. December 6th, talking about NXT War Games. Don't give me no bullshit. You have a 2-week fucking notice.
It's on Saturday?
No, it is Sunday the 6th. Don't fucking schedule shit.
Oh, no, of course not.
You know my topic.
I don't care who's playing Sunday Night Football that night.
Oh, fuck. I barely watch that anymore as it is. So.
Yeah, Sam.
This is the Giants are on.
You know my topic already. Don't fucking miss it.
Okay, MVP, quickly, mine's Taker. Obviously reasons. Thank you, Taker.
Mine is Roman, because that fucking match with Drew McIntyre was awesome, and Roman is the top guy in the company right now, hands down. Yeah. Oh, no, the match was fantastic. It was one of the best matches of the year, frankly.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, I told you
Tell me I'm wrong, Mike.
I was like that. No, I told you that. I was like, dude, that fucking match was slapping. And you were like, which title match? And I'm like, the world title versus WWE title. And you were like, I'm really glad you're not talking about Sami Zayn versus fucking
right, yes. I'm just gonna say this too, right? I remember saying this last week, right? On paper, I was kind of like, I don't really want to see Roman versus Drew. It's way too soon, yada yada yada. Having seen it, I'm gonna go ahead and say I was wrong. That was the right call to put as a match. Quite frankly, I would love to somehow see that be the main event at WrestleMania, because that match was fucking awesome, and I think they could probably do even better. These guys, I want to see a series from them. Give me a couple of 5-star matches from these guys. They can do it. That's how good this was.
I'm just glad Drew got the belt back. I'm just glad.
You know what? That's not even fair of me to only make Roman my MVP. Put Drew there also. The whole damn match right there.
Okay. Sounds good. Mikey?
I just drew a fucking blank on who I was gonna pick. I had somebody in my head most of the week, and I just drew a fucking complete blank.
Was it the Lucha Brothers?
No. I mean, honestly, it could have been because they're reforming Death Triangle, but
I'm so happy about that.
So am I. You have no fucking idea.
Oh shit! So Butcher and the Blade weren't on that list, were they?
Neither was Jurassic Express.
Oh wow!
Wow, that's right.
They got the Mandy Rose treatment.
Yeah.
They really did get the Mandy Rose treatment. My MVP this week, I mean, I guess I could just take the cop out and go Taker, but you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna go on a limb here, and I'm gonna make my MVP for this week's show the Street Profits and the New Day.
All right.
I like it.
All right, fellas. Enjoy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you guys next week, right?
And don't forget if plug our other
Why did you
podcast,
type a
bitch.
question mark? Why did you type a question mark at the end of that? Like, I'll see you guys next week? Like, that was a question?
I just wanted to hear a response. That's all.
Also, if you're as big a fan of wrestling as myself and Joe, I'm not even going to include Ernest in this part of the show.
Why?
Because you took a fucking sabbatical. You don't get fucking the same praise that we do.
Sabbatical?
Yeah, when
you
fucking
stopped being a wrestling
for
fan for like
15
16 years.
Oh, yeah, right. That was fun. 17 years, motherfucker.
You're like, I forgot about that.
Take 17 more off. The name
You took off longer than the New Day did.
Exactly.
That's true.
The Name Subject to Change podcast, myself, Joe Lopez, we spun the wheel, we made the deal. We're doing a year in review of 2003 with shows going up every Friday. Royal Rumble is up. I will have No Way Out, which we already recorded. That up for you as a Black Friday treat. I'll probably put it up late Thursday night so you guys can listen to it while you're waiting in line. And then we're watching WrestleMania. We're recording that this week. Should be a lot of fun if we can get through the first 45 minutes to an hour of that show, which has 4 Miller Lite Catfight Girls segments. So we'll see how much I scream at the phone in a couple days.
And of course, since we're plugging shit here, Earth Speaker Podcast, I record whenever. All podcast catchers. By the way, guys, I love you guys doing this show too. It's good for me, especially to use these as reference points to watch. So,
if you like Scott Steiner matches, don't watch any of the first 2 shows.
Big Papa Pump. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. We'll see you next week Sunday. Same bad time, same bad channel.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Bye.